Hi everyone, welcome back to Inside the Industry. I'm Rachel Estabrook. Today I'm sitting down with Emily Kron, one of the funniest women I know in this business. We're going to go over her creative process and a little bit more into her world. Stay tuned. Emily, welcome!
Thank you!
Thanks for coming to my home.
Oh my God.
Comfy couches.
This is gorgeous.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's magical. Thank you for having me.
It's literally all my pleasure. I think it's insane because you and we have known each other for actually a couple years.
Yeah.
I was sitting and thinking about that. I was like, wow, I've actually known you for a minute.
Yes.
And we met kind of on a whim.
We did.
Yeah.
We totally did.
It was your
music
passion
video.
project. Yes, music video.
Yeah.
For Not Your Woman.
Which you slayed the makeup on.
Oh God,
Just slayed.
But you allowed me to be able to slay, Emily.
Sure,
Because I was nervous, because for people that don't know the video, please go look it up. We'll leave links at the bottom because it is everything, and also very important still for this time.
Yeah.
Super still relevant, because that was how many years ago?
That was in 2016.
No, you're lying to me.
Yeah.
That was not 2016.
It must have been 2017.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
2017.
Sure.
But it was after, in the wake of the 2016 election and everything. So
you are very correct.
But it was 17. It was May of 2017.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, still super
yeah.
So right now.
Yes,
we've also
100%.
stepped into that whole realm of like kicking down doors. It's like women central empowerment, everything right now.
Totally.
But all the time, and we see it in media, we see it in, still very much heavily in your work, which we're going to talk about that, because for me, you're such a huge advocate for women and always have been since me getting to know you way back, I guess in 2017, still to now. It's still so heavily in your work.
Yeah.
Because you're not only, in my eyes, you are one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, stop
No,
that.
really, truly. And it takes me a lot, because I'm working in the business that I am on my side. You'll meet a lot of people, you have to work on them and be like, you have it. You got it. And they don't. Like, they're really bad.
They just
They don't always have that thing.
Sure.
You have it, and it is
Oh my God.
fucking hilarious. It's also just aligns, personally with my humor.
Yeah.
You make me shit my pants. Like,
I'm
constantly cackling.
That's the nicest thing anyone could say to me.
Ever say
you
to
make
you.
me shit my pants. It is a dream.
It's valid. Your recent videos, Emily is a woman of many, many, many trades. She's not only a comedian, you write, you act, you sing, you direct, you dance. Do you cook? I don't know what
I
don't
cook
do.
very well.
Okay,
I'm trying to cook very well.
Okay.
I'm trying to cook better in 2020.
It wouldn't surprise me if you then aced that as well.
Thank
and
you
then
so
we find
much.
out you're like a secret chef. That's fine too.
Totally. I started a cooking show. They're like, what? I thought, okay.
No, but I thought that it would be, I would watch it though.
You're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. You're so kind.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Is there anything, I think in everybody sitting down, and at least from my eyes, and then watching you, I've been lucky enough to be a part of.
Way to sit,
Not
by the
at
way?
all. I'm like half there with you right now.
I love
feel
that.
very, sometimes I just want to I don't know if it's going to be inappropriate, but I'm like, I just want to get cozy.
I think that looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you think
It
better?
Totally. Yeah.
Is it
anything is working just in this frame.
How
Very
about
good.
now?
Very good.
Good. How many people that don't, if we're in the process, we've done the process together. I've gotten to see the ins and outs of kind of your world, even on a more serious note for Not Your Women video, where it was a really, there wasn't actually much comedy to that.
It wasn't.
It was way more on a serious note. Where did that?
It was high concept,
Okay.
so that can sometimes be interpreted as not comedy, but there were absurdist kind of values going on.
There was.
But totally. It was definitely more on the not, I wouldn't even say earnest, but serious and empowering, and
you were really
just,
trying
right
to
in
make
your
a point.
face.
You were trying to do it, but in your style and with music and your art and your creative mind, to then go and be like, this is what I'm feeling right now. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
In the times, and like you had said, it was recently after the election and how the world seemed to be going and how you felt about that, which was super huge. And it got picked up where? It got popped off.
Yeah, it did pop off. That was awesome. It got picked up by Now This Her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they did this amazing video compilation feature about the song and the video and the message and the band and and the art, and it was really cool.
Was that your intent going into it? You wanted it to
Yes.
hit some sort of media to be able to be spread. Like you wanted it to be out there, which is a lovely thing. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to do that. Like that was high quality, and that was a lot of people involved.
There was, right? Remember that like dance sequence?
Oh my God, you had
choreographer.
You had the director. We had different we bounced doing different setups. Totally. It was a full like short film, movie, moment, music video. I mean,
it really was.
Yeah.
It was such a passion project, and everyone that worked on it was so incredible in terms of devoting their creative skills and their minds and their hearts. And I mean, case in point, you came in, and the thing about that video that was so cool in terms of the makeup, the makeup to me really
I didn't know it was even going to go there, by the way.
I know.
I thought,
I don't think anyone did.
Met this chick randomly, some friend, it always goes that way. I feel like most people know, it's like you get past a gig and you're like, yeah, I'm free, I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool, let me do it. And then you actually don't know again if it's going to be shit, because in this world in New York, everyone's an artist, everyone's making something, creating something, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna roll with it.
Right.
And then sometimes you walk away from a project, wipe your hands and be like, you don't need to credit me. Like, it doesn't even, I don't even care.
I don't need to
you don't
ever
need
see
that.
This, actually.
Happy to have helped you, gotta go.
Yeah,
but I was like,
right.
my God, it was so incredible. And you allowed me to push myself. We had body painting.
Oh, that was wild.
We made you look like was it a pig?
It was a pig roast.
That's like you. Where does this even fucking go into?
Yeah.
A pig roast. Like you laid on the table, like back over.
Yep.
I believe you were topless, but we were concealed.
Yeah.
And it was just like we made the whole of your back just look like greasy, wet pig, but like cool. It was so cool, even my brain, because you let it be really abstract. So it was like pushed my envelope with creativity, which was really dope.
Yeah.
Really dope.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you, you do so much. You have so many different hats. What on your end, for maybe people that don't know or are also creatives and they're trying to put stuff out like that, I want you to kind of be real with us about that process.
Yeah.
And how much energy it takes, because let's even taking, I guess, through your day-to-day, your weekly.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your full-time? And I hate using that term because it's like sometimes so silly.
Sure.
Are you full-time any certain title, or weekly? Are you always throwing and writing and what does your week look like to us?
Yeah, it's such a good question. It's such a wonderfully long journey.
Yeah.
In terms of coming to where I am today. I think that the answer is that every day looks a little different.
Yes.
And that my full time is literally all of those things.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
You know what I mean? Like it
really is. So it feels so good.
Yeah.
To feel that, to know it. I think when I was starting out, in most creative people tend to start by acting. It's sort
that
of
was their first endeavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least for me, and writing. I was always writing.
Yeah.
But in terms of sort of digging my teeth into the industry, it was acting.
Yeah.
At first, and to be honest, and I love the craft and I love actors and I think they're brilliant and I appreciate that art form so much.
Yes.
But I think even from the get-go, there was something that didn't feel totally true about just being an actor. I never felt like it was fully me.
No.
I always wanted to do more. I didn't ever really feel comfortable just auditioning and just doing sort of that one thing.
Now knowing you, I couldn't even picture that. You
I
being
know.
like, I'd be like, no.
Makes no
There's
sense.
too many, you have way too many layers, way too many things that you have like going. I genuinely don't know how to get inside there. I really don't. I wish I could just take a day and be like, how do you, because you were saying, I mean, you for real, like, let me take a dip. Anytime it's funny that you say that though about acting was getting your foot in the door, because for me, even watching you, and I at least know from you create so much of your own stuff, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You pretty much are you are the content creator.
Yes.
And is it solely you? I feel like you kind of have, who's your tribe? Who are your people?
Yeah. I mean, it sort of depends on what the medium is.
Interesting.
Because like in music, I have my band. That's so much its own wonderful, thriving entity in its own.
And tell us the name, tell us where we could
Yes, M and the Fates is the name of the band. It's a really fun 9-person group, which is crazy.
Yes, love.
And it's sort of this like pop funk throwback kind of style, 3-part harmony bass.
It's so cool because it sounds so different than anything else.
Thank you.
Which is, again, rare in the world that we live in today. It's like everybody sounds the same.
Right.
So you continually stick out. Continue though. It's impressive. Yeah.
Thank you.
Really.
You're so sweet. So that is immensely fun, but it's also kind of like it's a side hustle isn't the right way to describe it. It very much is incredibly important to me, but it's that, and then there's also all like the filmmaking and content creation stuff. Right. So in that realm, I have people who I love to collaborate with that are more on the comedic end of things. There are people that I love to collaborate with on the more like producing end of things. So it kind of depends on what the given project is. Mainly, I just love working with people.
You really do. And you're really open to like letting them in and finding the people that you think would fit that project.
Right.
And then being like, great, you're going to be it. I want you to be in it, or you see something in that person. You're really good at finding people's traits and highlighting them and putting them in the positions of power to do and highlight that trait the best in their possible way they could.
Thank you.
Which is really impressive, because I think, again, you have that eye for things, and I think that even as a testament to when you're creating these characters, because even me watching, I went back and watched some stuff this morning, and I was like, me I feel insane in my head a lot of the times because I'm a silly girl. People always, I think there's a big difference between you and I. I can be silly and funny and jokey, but I can't make a career out of it. I cannot. And I can't sit there, and even if I can think up maybe skits or like funny things, there's really so much more. And I think we live in a world that is very saturated by people thinking, well, I thought a funny thought, so I'm a comedian. I thought of a funny this, or, well, I could sing a little bit, so I'm a singer now. I took a picture with my camera and it looked decent. I'm a photographer now. No, you're not.
I love that. It's so true.
But you are not one of those people.
Well,
and you do. I think you. No. You do. Trust me. But it is insane. Do you ever have a process, or where do these thoughts, Emily, even come for you to think of these characters? One being that kills me every time is Coach Ella, because I can't stand
Coach
you.
Ella.
Why? Like, where did she come from?
Psycho.
She's a psycho.
She's such a psycho. Well, first of all, the most fun, and this is actually part of why I think just being an actor sort of alone in the world of auditions and stuff never felt full, was because I always wanted more. I wanted to play characters that I wasn't necessarily getting a chance to, or
You're
that
like,
didn't exist.
Ooh, they don't exist, Emily. They don't exist. Until I've seen you make them. I'm like, this bitch.
So I think on that note, just it's so fun to play, especially in comedy. It's so fun for me to play like just dumb people, like dumb prideful idiots.
Yes.
I love a good prideful idiot.
But they're just but we've met those people.
Do
you base it off of?
Yeah, they're all based on.
Are you for real?
Yeah, in some way they're all based on someone. Coachella is, I will not say who it's based on, but it's definitely based on someone. Yeah.
A real individual, not just somebody of like, this being.
A real person that's a friend that I know very well.
Emily!
I know.
I cannot.
Cuckoo, nutty, nut.
That is, but that's everything. Because when I meet those real life people, I think that I am drawn to those kind of crazies too. I usually get the crazy friend or the this that you do because I'm so interested that is authentically who they are. Yeah. That I'm like, I want to write about you. Yeah. I want to emulate this. Yeah. I want to play you because you are just so hysterical. Even those nerdy people, like that, it's just like there's something about them that's so pure and like hilarious. Totally. You don't I'm not laughing at them. Right. A little bit, but like it is hysterical.
Totally.
Do you ever have you ever, I guess, created something out of thin air? Character-wise, plot-wise?
Yeah. Oh my God. All the time.
How do you even get to that place though? Is it you just living life, or is your brain, I mean, we meet geniuses all the time when it comes, seriously, people, and you're just like, how do you even get there? Is there any blueprint to how your brain is working in that kind of higher level where it's comedy and writing and all these things? How do you get there?
Yeah, I think it's such a good question, like the creative process.
How
it happens, how it comes. You know, there's this amazing TED Talk by Elizabeth Gilbert. Okay. She talks about the creative genius, like a genius being an entity that comes to you, not a person.
Ooh, I like that.
A genius is something that like passes through you if the moment's right or it doesn't.
Like you had a moment. Oh, that. Yeah. Sure.
Which I love.
Love that
because
way of thinking.
Yeah, it's a great way of thinking because it also like it's empowering, but it also strips us of this mindset of needing to control everything.
Oh my God.
Like you can show up to do your work, but sometimes the genius isn't there, or sometimes it is. So there are amazing moments that I've had recently Yeah.
That just like wowed me. Because I'm like, oh shit, if I think about it, mind is so powerful, and I'm learning how to almost train my mind or fuel it with good things and better ways of thinking and breaking down old ways of thinking to new. That's a really smart way to view creativity and how it comes, because I'll get stumped all the time and get mad. Yeah. Like, where is it? And thinking I gotta do something. And it's like, no, it just kind of is a beat. That's really lovely.
Yeah. It's a really cool way of thinking. And I feel like it is totally valid.
100%.
And yeah, to answer your question, I think it depends on, again, it depends on the medium. So if I'm working on like two different, that's not even true. I'm working on like 3 different TV.
Tell us the truth.
Yeah. I'm working on like 3 different TV projects.
Dang.
And a couple different films and just a lot of different projects in the vein of film and TV. And those tend to come, those creative processes tend to be a little bit longer.
Fair enough,
and more, of course, like, and more sort of, you know, you have an idea and then you let it sit and then it comes back to you in a way that feels circular and again, sort of like you didn't necessarily control it. And you're like, oh, this makes sense. And it will come to you on the train or when you're falling asleep or it's not always when you're sitting there at your computer, which is annoying.
In the hour that you need to be being productive in it, you're like, great, nothing is coming. It's blank space. Right. Now you're saying all these what is your hand in that? Are you in it? Are you writing? Are you?
Yeah, so writing. Writing, and maybe one of them that's coming to mind right now is something that I think I want to be in as well.
Get out.
But a bunch of them are mainly writing. And then in the vein of the comedy, digital content, sketch stuff, that's more sort of like I will just start talking.
Are you on the fly? Are you improvising on set?
Oh yeah, for sure. And usually this is
which is a whole other level. No, it's not.
But what's really right, improv is so fun.
It is so fun
and so freeing. Usually I do like to write a script word for word and then toss it out the window at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
So like Botox Angels. Emily. Botox Angels.
I showed my whole family at Christmas. I ran around and I was like, everyone gather. And they're like, what is this?
Who are your psycho friends?
Yeah. And I was like, but the way, like, it gives me, it's the kind of laughter where I can stare at it and I'm not laughing out loud, Emily. But I'm convulsing inside. I love where that. I'm just like, it hits so hard with exactly where my humor is. And I'm sure people watching are like, I don't get it. Like, they don't get it. It's something about it that it just, because there's a lot of truth in your comedy. Yeah. And there's a lot of like,
that's all based on truth.
Truth. Right. You know what I mean? Like you're not saying anything. Right. Or I haven't met somebody that has that mindset. Totally. We're talking about this Botox Angels skit.
Yeah, I don't know. Video. Film.
It is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my God, it had me dying. But it's so funny. These 2 angels like drop down and she's thinking, oh my God, this poor little girl's like praying to be like, bring my dad home, like all this stuff. And then you guys show up and then she's like, thank God you're here. And you're like, yes, we're here to give you Botox. And she's just like a 6-year-old little girl being like, I'm sorry. Yes, so little girl. But it's a huge, I mean, I'm in the beauty industry. It had to strike a chord with me. Like, oh shit. Being like, that's so real. Totally. Which probably then adds another funny element to it with the realism of it. Being like, that's what our world is showing, and the image that's out there right now for beauty. Yeah. Look like this, be like this, strive for this. Right. Like, you literally in it say like, there's 2 girls in a room. Yeah, exactly. Do you want to be a pretty girl or a smart girl? She's like, smart. And you're like, no, wrong. Yeah. Yeah. No fucking way you want to be smart. Yeah. But it's like what the world shows us. So you take it, you're so smart in what you do. Thank you. And I die every time. But it is interesting wearing all the hats. Do you ever just like, on a day-to-day when you have so many things going on, is there ever like a breakdown or a wall hit point being a human being you ever had that point where you hit a moment and you're just like, whether it's rolling it on your high because you're producing fun content, you're doing dope shit, you feel successful because of it, because you're putting out stuff that means a lot to you, and it's on a good quality, and people are receiving it well, which is the extra high in our industry when you're like, oh my God, my peers like it. Like it's hitting the way I want it to hit. Yeah. But when do you, if you do, which maybe you don't at certain times, or we're in a good streak right now, which I hope you are, but is there ever a moment where you just kind of go, oh my God, I need a break?
Oh my God, of course. Yeah, all the time. Or even like, actually, it's rarely that I feel like I need a break. Yeah. And more this is unfortunate that this is like the way the human mind works,
No.
but more like, oh no, I need to be doing way, way, way more. Do you know what I mean?
That is,
I'm not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough.
I relate to that on the highest. Even on my lazy days, I'm like, I can only be lazy for like 5 fucking hours. Like, this is outrageous. I should be doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it off a lot of the times.
Totally.
Which then enhances my own anxiety and like stresses about stuff because even when we're doing the most and people from an outside, I see that.
Right.
Like, Emily's always working. You're very present on social media, which I love about you.
Right.
Because you're also present in a not... I strive to see your content, basically, is what I'm saying.
Great to hear.
Thank you. Love. And if people don't, please, it will give you a breath of fresh air for just real. Real, raw, you being fucking silly on the street, out with your friends. You have very good company you keep.
Oh.
For though what it seems on my outside.
Yeah.
I've met a couple of your friends as well, so I can have a taste. But it is interesting because, I don't know how to necessarily slow it down. Do you do anything how to get yourself out of that? Of being like, no, Emily, you're doing more than enough.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
Is there anything?
I think, well, I meditate.
Do you?
Yeah, I meditate twice a day.
What?
I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah. To be fair, the second meditation of the day is really not, I'm not getting to that one recently.
Okay.
But I'm technically, the practice that I keep is meditating, get this.
Tell me.
20 minutes twice a day. I know.
Which is insane, because I'm looking at you like, that's a lot of time. In
It's
reality,
a lot of time.
That's not a lot of time.
It's no time. You're 20 minutes on your fucking phone for...
Oh my God, sitting there half the morning, dilling myself, throw it. Fuck you. But then, never liked it. but I'm dead because I cannot get that implicated into my life. As easy as it sounds.
It's so hard.
It is so hard.
Yeah. And to be fair, again, I want to be honest when I say that I am not, that is my goal.
Yes.
That's the structure of the day, to include those 2 sessions.
Great goal.
But the truth is that the second one rarely happens. The first one sometimes is 10 minutes.
Fair.
After 10 minutes, I'm like, I gotta stop.
I gotta go. I gotta do things.
Totally. And I think that like there is something about taking time with yourself, with your eyes closed, where you are, if not clearing your mind, then creating distance between yourself and your thoughts, and observing your thoughts, and having just that perspective shift is so important. And there have been times in my career, in my personal life, where I think it has saved me.
I don't doubt that. You know what's crazy though, you saying that, and it's very powerful, because we used to, and I feel like a lot of my podcasts right now too, I keep blaming social media, but it really is just like the digital world that we live in.
Yeah.
And it is so heavily digital.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because since when we didn't used to have that, I mean, it's just is what it is, the progression. We used to have so much of that time.
Yeah.
The disconnected time.
Yeah.
The sitting with our own thoughts. Like, you can, if I want to hang out with a friend, I'm not sitting there texting you. I got to figure out how to get my ass to your door to knock on it and be like, are you home? You want to hang?
Right.
Like, if we're going way back, you have to wake up, get effort. Like, I'm not knowing what's happening in the world, or even just on everyone's world, which is just, again, a lot to consume daily, which I think is warping our brains majorly. Not only am I trying to figure out my shit on a day-to-day, but I'm watching on my story 10, 20, 30, 50, 60 other people's lives. That's a lot, and you can't just disassociate from it.
Right.
You're absorbing it, you're thinking about it, you're comparing it, you're so it's a lot of energy being put towards that versus yourself.
Right.
And we used to have so much of that time. And now it's not. So I do believe, I mean, God, if I can get it, I really need to. That's why random sports, I appreciate when people delete their Instagram. You ever done that?
Yeah.
Have you taken a time and just swiped it? Not deleted her, but like shut her off?
Never.
No, I would never do that.
And I would never
psychopath.
dream of getting rid of her. No, I have done it with, I have done it.
Okay.
I've done it a couple times when I was out of town. I was like,
I'm not even working right now.
Yeah, I was at a house in the woods for a week at some point, maybe in the fall.
By choice, I hope?
By choice.
She said I ended up in
I ended up in a house in the woods. Yeah, by choice. I wasn't kidnapped and taken there.
Help me.
And I deleted it for at least 2 days, which is
isn't that crazy?
Which is nothing.
I gave him a whole day.
I gave him a whole fucking day.
It's a lot though, because I'm literally, and I would love to see, seriously, somebody has to, for me, when I make changes, like the same thing when I go through a breakup, you're deleted, I can't look at you, I can't hear your name, I have to erase that existence in order for me to get to the good place with it, and being good.
Yeah.
I almost feel like if I were to get rid of social media, it would literally have to be, somebody would have to take my phone.
Yeah.
Because even if I
know.
I need like 2 phones.
I know.
I need 2 phones.
What I learned today is that I need 2 phones.
The biggest thing that I need 2 phones. The biggest thing that I'm going to take away is I now need 2 phones.
Obsessed.
One for myself and one for games and fun and Instagram.
Fun.
I need it to go away so I can sit and do that. Yeah. But it's impressive to me that you've implicated that. Is there anything, I guess, I mean, you're pretty nonstop. You're never really not. Do you ever take, I mean, you just said breaks. You take a vacation, but real long breaks, or does your career and where you're at right now? Because I have a lot of respect for the hustle in the sense of there is a time and place where you have to be grinding. Like you have to. We've talked about that with my friends before, being like, yes, mental health, breaks and trying to figure out ways in your day to day to get the me time and breathe, but you're still trying to make shit happen. Yeah. And for you, what place are you at right now, I guess I'm getting to, is what would be Emily's 5-year or 10-year? What is a goal for you? Where are we getting to? Because for me, I just see so much, and I hate when people do this, and I hate even how I'm phrasing it, so I'm trying to find the better phrasing. It's like, I see you, and to me, you are successfI'm Everybody has different terms of success. Totally. Whether it be fame or hitting certain pinnacles of it, whatever. Or like rich. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. Right. I'm still making, saying hello.
It's like, what is success?
What is it? Right. What is it for you? And everybody has it different. What is where do you feel like your success is, or what you would deem it as? Where are you trying to go with everything that you're building? Because you are building a solid brand. A lot of fucking content. Yeah. Good content that I would watch over half the shit that's in mainstream media or on TV. What are you trying to, what's a goal, I guess? Yeah.
Love that question. Yeah. I mean, I've done a vision board recently, so I'm prepared for this answer.
Oh my God! I wrote it out, I sussed it.
I wrote it out. Yeah. I pulled a tarot card, of course.
I know exactly my answer.
I know exactly.
And I knew you were going to ask me this question.
I knew, and I actually am also psychic, so I knew. No, I mean, of course, I have no idea where I'll be, but I do, let's see. I mean, to get really specific, I think that in 3 years, I want 3 to 5 years, I want a show. I want to make my own TV show. Yes. That's really my dream.
Huge. Which
Emily,
you can. You can, though.
Yes. Why not? I mean,
why not?
I really do feel like that is possible. I think that as any kind of creative person, we have to believe that what we want is possible. Otherwise,
you really got to believe in yourself first and foremost in this, especially when you are a creator and the type of creator that you are. You have to wholesomely know, even if you're like, okay, that wasn't my, like even with this podcast, I'm like, it's not going to be the best. Even on my first 5, 10, 15, 20, it's not. It's only going to get better though. But you have to start, and you've been started. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you just keep getting tighter, cleaner, more. It just is.
Thank you.
But it's impressive.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think
TV
developing, TV show, and then on that's really specific, and then on a But by the way, that could manifest in. I helped produce it. I helped write it. It doesn't have to be all one thing. That is sort of the medium in which I'm interested in telling stories.
Yes.
And wanting to work. I love being on set.
Do you?
Love being on set.
What is it? What do you love?
I don't know.
Because on my end, I'm like, oh, you want me to sit behind a monitor and wait to powder these people? And then I do and don't. Sure. It depends on the set. I like more intimate short sets.
Yes, totally. Right.
But not these endless hour. Yeah.
I think it totally depends on what you're doing and what the energy of the set is, how big it is. Yeah, the bigger, the less fun, typically.
Less fun, weirdly, for me. Yeah. Lately, I haven't hit just one that, not, people are going to be like, damn, I swear I'm going to out myself so hard. People are not, Emily, they're not going to hire me after this podcast.
Of course.
They're going to be like, yuck, she clearly hates her job. No! I just, again, that's not one of my favorite things within my job that I do. There's plenty of other things I like. Not sitting on set is not one of them.
Of course. And it's funny because I think that so I've been, as an actor, I've been on a couple of really, really big sets, small parts on TV shows at NBC and those kinds of huge
networks.
Sets. Yeah. And that's actually not super fun because you're not really doing anything. But if you're on set and you're sort of like producing or at the or helping to be a part of that creative team, it just feels like it's all in the moment. It's all now. It's all everyone's there working towards the same goal. It sort of feels like tech in theater.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like being on set is what you feel in tech, which is like
that's a good
all
parallel.
The elements come together and bam, and it's an explosion of sort of everyone's skills coming together.
Yes.
And there's a limited amount of time.
Right.
And I just sort of like
there's
love
that adrenaline,
that pressure
that hype,
cooker.
Yeah. Okay, I can 100% see. I haven't
that's
had the
really
luxury.
fun.
I haven't been in that position yet. I might feel that maybe one day if I had department head or am in a position of like being that hand in it. Where I'm at right now with when I've gone into TV, I've felt that feeling in theater. So it's good that you did mention that, which is crazy because also again you.
Right.
Emily,
I love theater is also an amazing
like
medium.
And you do TV like you're such a wide you have such a wide range. You are insane.
Thank
but
you.
I don't understand. You started in theater when you were
I
younger? Were you one of those?
theater.
Yeah, same.
Theater
And then it just
so
it's
magical.
Like are you one of those that do you think theater is harder than TV acting, or is it Anytime I've ever met a TV actor, predominantly in TV, and then they dip into theater, they're like, holy shit, that's way harder than I thought it would be. It's just so different.
I think it is. Yeah, I think theater's the hardest, the least credited.
Least credited, for sure.
I mean, you have one shot to do it in that moment. It's all about the present moment.
Always. Every night is present. You can't, I mean, even though you're doing the same shit, but it's on the fly. You're live. Hello.
Right. Film and TV is all about the editing.
Yes.
The edit and the medium that the editor is working in. That doesn't exist in theater.
No, there's no room to, you gotta kind of pick yourself up if you fall flat on your fucking face.
Totally.
Like,
and you have to be, but then on film, you have to be truthful in a way that's might be harder.
Yeah, it's way more intimate, it's more real.
Yeah.
They're like this close to you, trying to read your emotion that you're trying to depict.
Yeah, totally.
Fair. Yeah, it's
Funnily
very different.
enough, this is such a unuseful sort of standpoint.
No, never.
But I personally enjoy performing on stage more than I enjoy acting on film.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there something about, I could almost agree to that though, because again, it's something about having, when you're on TV, your audience is behind a screen. You don't see them.
No.
You can't feel them. You don't see the reaction of them laughing at the joke.
Right.
You don't see them enjoying it. In theater, you are literally absorbing. It's a whole different beast. And I can assume a whole different thrill.
Right, a whole different thrill. Yeah. Exactly. So there's something about acting on, and again, it depends on what your material is. Like, if you get the chance to be reciting some amazing content for TV or film, then it's a dream. But that's not always the case.
No, not always the case.
It's not always the case.
We're still breaking down a lot of barriers and walls. I still think there's a long way to go. We're moving and shaking. We've shook up the industry a lot lately, I think, which is major, because it's taken a fucking to get there. Yeah. But a lot of doors are being busted down, a lot more accountability at least. Yeah. Maybe not necessarily the people stepping up and saying, owning the responsibility behind it, or they can't, but we're holding people more accountable for what's, their writing or casting or ill acknowledgement of proper praise for, awards and just all of that, female direct. There's just a whole plethora of things that are now, to me, feel so big. Yeah. Because it's at least being, not at least because we have ways to go, but at least it's being said. Right. At least it's a conversation. At least somebody in these award shows. I mean, did you watch the
Golden Globes?
Yes. Were you a fan of what's his face's
Gervais?
Did you like his opening?
So I
as an actor, somebody being like, imagine you're in that room and he says that. Do you feel like, fuck you, or were you like, I agree? You're kind of. To me, he felt very. Yeah. That. I felt like that was truthful as shit.
That was truthful as shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, and I was so I was gassed up that he was even saying
I was gassed up. I loved it. I mean, the truth is that I don't know if I necessarily agree with what he was saying in terms of...
Valid enough.
In terms of the, specifically the don't come up on stage, you're 1% of the population, don't come up
on
stage.
That was a little shitty. I did hit that a little, like, oh, ouch.
Like, I think it's important to use your voice if you have access to a lot of people.
I agreed. I thought, like, I'd rather that than being like, my mom and my dad and my da-da-da-da, which is a wonderful thing as well, but if you can get up there...
It's also true. It's also true what he's saying. Like, do you know? Yeah, do you know?
I know.
You are 1% of the rich and famous. Like, you don't.
Yeah, you are. They're elitists. They're in so they're getting a dose of the reality of what we're all living through. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure majority of those women are empathetic, women and men alike in that room. Yeah. So I'm sure they're feeling, but they're not necessarily maybe experiencing as full hand everything that the world is going through at the moment. They're at least getting to sit.
And that Jeffrey
cozy.
Epstein comment was amazing because
I died.
It's so dark and so true. It's like you are all corrupt. And the stuff about like, don't get up here if you win your award from Amazon or whatever the huge corporation is, like, know what company you're working for. There's so much to unearth in terms of knowledge and learning. And I think that, the more you know, the better, because then you can make an informed decision about doing something. And even if it's buying a hamper on Amazon, at least you know, you don't have to feel self-deprecating about it, but you know you're making a choice that you're contributing to an entity that may have, issues, and you're doing it anyway. At least you know that you're doing it anyway. At least you know,
knowledge is power.
Like, knowledge is power. Yeah.
I still needed my hamper, and I needed it literally tomorrow on Prime. So,
Wait, really? Actually?
No. It's just like, but I have done that.
I'm waiting for my hamper.
No, I'm waiting. It says laundry on it specifically. It's beautiful, really nice quality, and it came so fast.
A wicker basket.
So I'm gonna keep making certain choices. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true though, and it's so hard to. It's hard to be on your high horse, and also
I know
we're all walking contradictions, man.
We really are. I've learned that recently. I was beating myself up hard, and I'm like, that's just human though. We're gonna do good. We're gonna do bad. We're not always gonna be making the best, most desirable choice. For a very long time, I was vegan, and I most recently am not. And for a very long time, I was like, I am a horrible human being. And I was like, but my body wanted, I don't know what it was. It just hit a place where it needed meat.
Yeah.
It just like wanted it, needed it. And I was just like, I'm just going to listen to my body for a second.
Yeah.
And so I try to limit it now. But rather than being like, clearly I'm just maybe not the type that can just completely 100% take it away.
Yeah.
But the world just shows this certain type of person or the beliefs that you have to fall under all these categories in order to be the best human being on this world.
Right.
And if you don't do all these things and you don't do it 100% of the time, I'm like, you are just creating though another level of anxiety and separation segregation amongst just humans, because now it's like elitists within like even just that, like meat eaters and non-meat eaters.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, it's just different. It's, I respect everybody's choice. I just wish it was always on the same gamut of you. If you're not living up to what the world is putting out as like the best, still just respect other people and their choices.
Well, I think that's why, and let's not get like too political here, but I think it's why people, there's so much annoyance around.
If you want, I'm here for it.
There's a wee bit. That's why there's so much annoyance from the right around like far left thinking, because the far left is so like nitpicking every single thing that anyone does. It's really hard to live a life full of
mistakes or this or just anything that isn't.
We're not
perfectly, beautifully, and the best choices all the time. Even though we're, like you said, we're aware. Yeah. Yes, I know if I bring a water bottle to set, it's way better than me taking this plastic one or eating 5. Yes, I do know these. But then it's like convenience falls into place. And there's times where then you also just got to pull your big girl pants on and be like, it's not that hard. Step it up a little bit for your carbon footprint. There's just moments, but it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I praise the people that do it well. More often than not, or have really devout and are very big advocates for these things. But I also don't want the people that don't feel like that's their position or their will to do, to then feel like an absolute piece of shit as well. Because I think it feeds more into the mental health of this world, which is a crisis. Yeah. To then make people not feel as worthy or as put together or as healthy or anything. Now it's just putting you on it like you're just not enough once again. Yeah. Rather than just being like, okay, good for you. Do steps, little steps. Right. Like my friends, like I do meatless Mondays and I do this. Yeah. And there's all different ways to figure out how to be your best self and live happily as you can. Right. Yeah.
And if that's what you want to do. Right. Like it doesn't help to sit and judge people for how they're living their lives. No. It just doesn't help.
It doesn't. So we're all doing the best we can at the end of the day. Right. I would hope so. Right. Other than murderers
who are not doing the best
they're definitely not. They're taking one for like all of us. Right. Like a big hit. Like in the race, the human race.
They're taking a huge hit.
They're literally taking away from us. Yeah. It's not good. No. I'm saying that because I watched recently Don't Fuck with Cats, and it's my whole brain is consumed. Did you watch it?
No, I've heard it's a must watch. Is it a must watch?
It's just so creepy and horrible. It's so creepy and horrible.
A cat murder?
Yes, but it's the start of a serial killer. It's like he starts damaging, but he ends up killing somebody. And it's like, the twist at the end, it was like monument. For me, I was like,
it's a documentary.
I guess. but it's kind of in like a cool, like we're saying, like it's even sometimes how your music video was. It was all like facts. It was docu style, but it was also very artistic. They like played on almost how this guy was the type of serial killer that he was. They made it very like absurd at moments. It felt a little theatrical, especially towards the end. Like the girl doing like the document looks at the camera, like at the viewers, and is speaking to us versus just getting interviewed and looking past, and like talking to the interviewer. It got very like, and for those of you watching, it was like really like, so it's fun. You 100%, it's on Netflix. You should watch it. Okay. It's really good.
It's a series.
It's like a 3-part series, so it's like 3 episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wild.
Nuts.
Okay. don't know how we got to Don't Fuck With Cats.
Do not know how we got here. Dang. Is there anything that you have upcoming that's like pushing that we want to know about, that we should be looking out for, that we should be seeing?
Yeah.
Let's
see. With my band, Em and the Fates, we have a show next Wednesday. I don't know when this probably won't make sense.
We won't see
time-wise.
it. Yeah, fuck us.
Great.
Yeah, good.
Well, I think in general.
It will be, yeah. I guess that.
In general, yes, that's
God, this is the stuff I'm learning as well. I'm like, no, tell them, and they'll be able to watch it a month from now, and then be like, what the fuck, this Wednesday? Show up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Waiting for Emily.
Yeah, that's right. She said this Wednesday.
She said literally, and I watched this on
2021. You're like, wait, where is
she? Emily. Yeah.
Em and the Fates is my band. Super, super fun. But I think just like following what I'm doing on my own. Yeah, Emily Kron is the name of the Insta account.
Yeah, we're gonna tag everything below. Yeah.
Great. I think let's see. Yes, I'm developing a few different projects. One of them is actually a shout out to High Herstory. This is a great group of women.
Wait, why do I know that? High Herstory.
They're
Did they also share something of yours?
Yes.
Because they are what are they in full?
So they are a production company called Mercury Road Media, and High Herstory is a brand of cannabis related content.
Get out.
Yeah. So we're developing a talk show series called Cannabis Corner.
Oh my gosh.
Which is about women in the cannabis sector.
Yes.
It's all women, and the interviewer is this character named Ronnie Ronstein, who's this wild lady.
Oh my God. Made up? No, shut up. Yes, please.
But that's the sort of joke is that I work for her.
Oh my God.
You know, but
Emily.
Yeah.
I'm already excited about it.
It's really fun. It's really educational. It's a great sort of, again, like the genre bending. It's ultimately very educational, but she's sort of this mix of like Liza Minnelli and Mr. Rogers. So it's like very earnest, but also funny. There's song, there's comedy.
Oh,
it's always with a wink. It's always with a wink, which I still need to learn how to do.
You do have it.
Thank you so much.
You have it.
Thank you.
It's there.
That's really exciting. We're sort of partnering with brands and stuff right now to finish shooting that.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
God, I could talk to you for hours because I want to know about that process, because I don't even understand when, like a million of us do, when you have a good idea, then how to get it to that major platform.
Right.
How to build it up.
Right.
How to make money from it.
Right.
How to get money to back it.
Right.
All of that. And it's such a process. Because again, the millions of us that are creators or have ideas, it's not only just about having the good idea. I actually think there's a bajillion geniuses and creatives out there that just, they have the thoughts, but they don't know how to, they don't know how to make it.
Oh my God, I completely agree.
Get there.
Some of the most brilliant people I know have, and with the best ideas, don't actually
act on it. They don't build it. They don't do it. Is that a crazy process? Is there any sort of cute little wrapped up bow explanation of that you can give us? Not.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
I'm gonna go with no, Rachel.
For sure.
I'll take an N and I'll take an O. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that said, the women that I am working with on this particular project know a lot about partnering with businesses and brands, and that's a little bit of a new territory that I'm learning more about because of them.
Gotta learn. God.
Totally. So I can share all of my knowledge, which is limited but growing.
Love,
and then with the other stuff, I'm in basically pitch mode for like my other work that I'm, so when I saw you at,
I know,
we won't
Jackson.
Say, or we,
no.
Can we say?
Can we?
Say, we don't know.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother you. Consent? Give it to me. 1, 2, 3.
Consent. 1, 2, 3.
Jax Media. I'm never gonna make it in the business. I will never make it. No, you're doing well.
You're doing good. I was at basically meetings where you're just sort of like trying to get traction on an idea.
So good.
And then sending your materials and stuff like that. So
is that an easy knock on the door though?
No.
That feels like to me it's like not. Do you just randomly email her and she just yes, come in? I can only assume not.
And you're so right about it. And I was having this conversation with a friend of mine last night about there's such a hard and wonderful and difficult balance between working really, really hard and then letting it all go and letting go of control. Yeah. Because for better or for worse, in reality, it seems like when good things sort of happen and start rolling beyond you, it's the path of least resistance. It's the path of least effort. It's like it comes to you.
And it's always the case when you hear these success stories, like, well, once upon a time, one day I was just auditioning really hard and then just like, I didn't give a fuck about my audition and I booked Wonder Woman and I just didn't even, I was basically going to give up on acting and it was like,
That's
what?
Right. I was about to give up on acting.
I was just about to give up and like I had my shit. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, no, and then their whole life changes. I wouldn't just unplug that. No, I didn't. But it's insane to me, but it's really not. It's not.
And that's not always the case.
I get it. I do. I just wish I could get there.
Totally.
Because I feel like I'm way too in my own brain to even fully let go.
Yes, and it's impossible too. So I think it's definitely a balance and a dance. And I think that that's not entirely true either because I've also worked really hard at getting in touch with people and seen results from that and seen, like, I believe in, putting everything out there and really being, industrious about that.
You made it happen almost.
Totally. Sure. I think that is so valid and ultimately the more important sort of lesson. Mm-hmm. But then on the other end of the spectrum, there are circumstances that will just arise that feel really exciting when people sort of come to you because you feel like, okay, this is like the universe feels like it's meeting me. Yes. Which is really cool.
And it's meant for you. It feels more like, oh, well, now that this has come to me, this job, this opportunity, this whatever, I've talked about a lot of times the power of no, learning also when things do come to you and learning to be like, no.
Oh my God, totally.
Like, not for me. But it is like, I'll sidetrack because I sidetrack like a mother. But to that, the things that do come and accepting them, like, oh my God, like it might not always be the way that you imagined it would happen. And so you still have to be open to being like, I'll take this lane. Even though I thought it was this lane, I thought I would become like, let's say my goal is being a personal makeup artist to a celebrity. Yeah. I'm assuming I'm going to pile drive with PR contacts. Right. I'm going to meet that person. They're going to fucking fall in love with me and I'm going to become their thing. Meanwhile, my friend was like, that's all well and nice. Right. But what if, because that might not happen overnight. Sure. Yikes. Like it takes a long journey. Right. What if you just worked in TV? Right. You might happen to meet an actress on set that you're working with already. She likes what you do, and then it goes off that way. She's like, just open your brain to that. The end goal can stay the same, but be okay with it being a different path that then maybe got you there. Right. Which would maybe be the part of letting go, which is just accepting how it might happen. Not you trying to be like, this is how it has to happen in order to have it.
Huge, 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 huge. I love that idea.
Thank you.
I think it's so true. You're so... Thank you.
No, honestly, thank you.
Honestly, thank you.
Sometimes I really don't even know what comes out of my...
Totally, just sort of like flows on
genius.
Out. You're like, thank you.
Whoa, yeah. One of those genius moments. It happened right then.
Kind of was, actually.
Felt it.
I know.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, totally that feeling of like things happen in a way that you didn't... Different iterations of things happening. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, this is that. It's just... appearing in a different manifestation. It's appearing in a different way. It's taking shape in a different way. Mm-hmm. And I love that so much. And that's how I feel.
You gotta stay open to it all. Well, I feel like that's like and again, the moments and things I've gotten to do with you, you are that person. When we've been on a set doing makeup and we're coming up, you're like, well, what you just go with, because I've also worked with artists that are like, you need to do this lip, this eye, make sure my hair is this way. Right, and you're like, you have a vision, and if I deter from it, the world is going to fall to pieces. Right. Whereas then I've worked with different types of artists like yourself that they're more organic on set. Yeah. And they'll let it be what it is and let it evolve to maybe where it might be. Maybe originally maybe you didn't think it was going to be coming into set. Sure. But you let it go where it's meant to go. Yeah. So it's a good testament to you. You definitely are tried and true in that being, which is cool. Even when you don't probably know, you are.
Yeah, I don't. I also feel like that's a sort of a part of the multi-hyphenate artist kind of thing anyway.
Yeah, you almost kind of have to...
It's sort of the core of that whole outlook. Yes. Is if you believe that sort of different possibilities are valid and have value, then you're more open to things being different and taking shape differently. And I feel really happy about that in my life right now. Like, I mean, I don't wish I were younger and knew less than what I know now. I could have figured out a better way to say that, but
but I know exactly what you're talking about because I keep trying to propel myself forward because I want to be in that exact space where it's like naturally growing in this industry, being more okay with the mistakes and that wasn't my best, but I'm getting better and just having it be blissful the whole time versus beating myself up for being like, God, I wasted this time. You didn't waste anything.
No.
You're literally exactly where you need to be. And did you see that article? We talked about this recently. The 30 under 30. You always see the 30 under 30 Forbes. Does that. And I loved so many people randomly this year because usually it's like highlighting like fun because it's like it is amazing these people 30 kids under 30 that are popped off and doing well, like praise to them. That's amazing. That's their journey. But it is interesting where so many people are like, I want to see the 54-year-old that just got her first job or just created her new cookbook or just became an author or just even a Viola Davis, any of these people that are later in life and it's still successful.
Right.
It's still good. It's still monumental.
Yeah.
And I like that narrative. I've been trying to go with that.
I love that.
Yeah. Letting it be when it's going to be.
Should we write to Forbes?
We should. And we should try to get in the... Yeah. I need to get above 30 so I can get there.
When
You're not 30.
When we get to 50...
Are you 30?
I'm 30. I'm 30-ish. I'm 30-ish.
Leave, you want to say that.
If you want to say
I'll take it. Well, take 30-ish.
Yeah, take 30.
30-ish. 30, 40, thriving. I want to be 30, like today. That's my whole problem.
I truly think everything gets better. Because you're not thinking as much.
No, you give a
the
fucking
brain,
less.
The brain, I like to call it brain terrorism.
Let's go.
The brain terrorism sort of fades away.
Yeah.
And you just you're more you don't overthink everything in the same capacity.
Oh my God, and that is my word, Emily Kron. That is my ultimate like killer. I overthink. I mean, as even right now, I'm like, what do I say? Everything, Emily.
Of course.
Not a thing that doesn't go by that I don't overthink it.
And we all do, and that's what makes us smart, like hustlers.
True.
Hustlers. We're all hustlers.
We are all hustlers. Like the movie.
Like the movie with J-Lo.
Half of us are strippers. Half of us are like entrepreneurs, strippers.
That's right.
We're all just different kinds of strippers.
At the end of the day.
Good. Yeah.
I actually went to my first strip club recently, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
I went to Pumps. Have you been there?
I've for sure seen the sign.
Okay, great.
Wait, where is it? Was it in
It's in Bushwick.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn. Yeah. I was on a date with my significant other, and we literally were driving by. We were like, should we go to Pumps?
You're on a date with him?
Yeah.
You were like, hey, honey.
We were having Ethiopian food, and we were driving home, and we were like,
how are you not racing home after Ethiopian food? I'm surprised you could pit stop.
I know, right? It was a long pit stop.
Dang.
I know.
How was it? Did you like it?
I loved it. It's very, as far as I can I haven't, comparison because I've never been to another one. But,
this is the first. All right.
Yeah. But it seemed really chill and easygoing and just letting it all hang out.
Did you get, because when I went to my first, which was also not insanely recent, probably like 2-3 years back, I went to one. I was on tour with Lion King, and we popped off and we went to one. I was in literally Birmingham, Alabama.
Holy feet!
Yeah, so that was an interesting one.
That's interesting.
But I did get my first lap dance.
Oh, you did.
I got a lot of booty in my face, and I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I felt more like, and this might sound bad because I'm sure a lot of strippers will be like, and there are strippers that love their job, prideful in it, enjoy it. So I don't ever mean to shame any stripper. Get yours the way you can get yours. But I've definitely felt like anytime I've been in a strip club once, so I'm very experienced, clearly. I just felt like being with the women in there, I was like, you want to come to me.
Right.
Not me specifically, like Rachel, but like you want to come to the women.
Right.
You don't want to be dancing on this gross old icky man. Like you don't. Like you want to dance on me and have a good time and feel like I got you, girl.
Yeah.
Or like wanted to scoop her up and take her home with me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're so much better. You don't need him. You need us.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it felt a little women empowering, and I was like, I'll give you my money.
I love that.
Don't take his dirty, nasty old money.
Right. I love that.
New money.
Yeah, new money.
Take the new money.
Female money.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't
That's
know
interesting.
how we got to
We were talking about hustlers.
Hustlers. Oh, right.
And then you told me you went to pubs.
Oh, right. I was talking about overthinking.
Clearly we're...
Clearly.
It's going,
yeah. Wow.
It's going well.
It's going well.
It's my mic.
Oh, yeah. Turning 30. Totally agree. It's just like, I can't wait for everyone to
get there.
And I'm just assuming I'll get more and more there, because what I'm doing even less is like, well, actually, back to the industry, I think that it's really awesome that our industry is changing and has been changing, where in the paradigm of the one track model really is not the thing anymore, which is so good for someone like me who never wanted to be. I remember when I first started acting, I felt nervous about saying, I'm also a writer, I'm also a creator, I'm also a director.
Because then they're going to be like, well, then you're not an actor,
I don't get what you are.
Right.
And I never felt that was right.
No.
For me.
No.
Again, for everyone it's different. But for me, I was like, and now I feel like it only behooves me.
Yes.
To be able to pull from.
Yes.
And so that's very exciting. It's the paradigm has really shifted. I think will continue to shift, and it helps, and it will help that sort of like ability to let go of let possibilities flourish more. By letting go, by like not controlling, this is the way it's going to be. It's just, that's not the way life works.
No, and there's so many different parts of you, and so it is, and I feel the same way, where for me, and that's why I kind of went about making this, where it's like, God, I love, one of my all-time favorite things to do is talk to people. Like, I could do it all day long. It's like, even when I'm hanging out, that's what I want to do. So connecting with people, listening to their stories, going off of a topic and discussing and hearing people's opinions and like, I love it. And so a lot of the reasons why I'm in makeup artistry is because my canvas is a person, not a blank wall.
Totally.
It's a human being with emotions and feelings, and it differs every day, and I get to make you feel good about yourself, and then I get to meet you and learn you, because once my job is done, the face is on. Now I'm with you on set the whole day. Like, you know, it's like, now I got to do more than just like, oh, the blush and the, I'm not just looking at you as a piece of art and I'm trying to like maneuver you. I want to get to know you and respect you and all that kind of stuff. So it is interesting where I feel the same way. When you have so many parts of you, it is now celebrated to show them off and not just live in that one, that's the one fit. You can just put on one pair of pants and that's what you got to wear for the rest of your life. Oh, you want to be a makeup artist? That's it. Oh, you're an actress? Just be an actress. It's really empowering that now we get to, and especially as women, get to proudly come out there and step into these roles that weren't even available or sourced out to us. It's like, I remember, I think you were actually one of my first all women sets.
Ah, cool.
I think you were. No, I'm actually confident you were for Not My Woman, because we had a female director. We had female everyone.
Female. It was all women.
And it was
and
it was interesting to me, and I felt the difference. And I don't have, and I'm a feminist, but I don't, when I'm on sets with males, I'm not like, yuck, you're here. Like, I don't care. I love men as well, and they're needed in this world.
Very much.
That's why I think people get confused about a feminist. They think you don't like males. No, it's quite the opposite. You just want to sit here with them. That's all that is. We just want to create it equal and then not be treated as whatever. It's very confusing to people. I don't know why.
It
like, why? Oh my God. But it is nice when you get to be in those unfamiliar spaces that don't have women in them. And then when they are implicated, it is a whole different vibe. It is. I immediately don't have to worry about a creepy, like, gaffer.
I know.
Or somebody, like, just weird things I didn't even notice that I actually thought going on set of, like, being a younger woman in the industry stepping on, like, just little innuendos. And I've never, thank God, had any sort of miserable experience or harassment, crazily enough. Verbal, but, like, on light terms. Light terms, not to be okayed, but lighter than some. But it is interesting. And that's not to say there's some bitch-ass women out there either. Like, there's some bad women, men and women alike. There's some bad, nasty.
There's some mean bitches.
Mean bitches. You're a bitch. No. Right? You're a bitch. But I still like you. Yeah, but I support you more than, no, oopsie. But they, but I just, for me, it is a different vibe, and I'm very happy that we're moving in that direction, that we are putting women in more positions that are needed, and then just to show, like, it doesn't have to be a guy. Just cause it was.
Doesn't have to be a guy.
No, and it's a different seat at the table.
Interested in working with more women behind the camera.
Same.
In general.
I
think it's really, really. But I agree with you what you just said. And I just had this conversation with Kate. Oh, that's another. Kate Hopkins. So Kate Hopkins is one of my main collaborators.
Yes,
we have
a
production company called Grandma's Beach House Productions. If anyone needs some producing,
guys, Grandma's Beach House.
Grandma's Beach House Productions. We create and produce a lot of our own work, and then are hired to produce other people's work as well. And she and I were talking about this yesterday. Like, it's not about, the dream is not a
void of men.
Set.
Right.
The dream is a set with men who masculine energy is so important.
Yeah, we need the balance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about balance but just creating enough opportunities for people who don't get as many opportunities.
Right. And that's the thing that I think they don't like the time right now. Some men, not all men, the men that get it, get it, and they can step back and be like, okay, word, it's your time to come up and start infiltrating more spaces so that we can just even it out, because I think people are so blind to see this. Still not even. You're still like, oh my God, all these women, they run the world. It's still not even. No. There's such
no
lack of equality.
Female director nomination for the Oscars.
Still.
Like,
so
what?
We still have a long way to go. We've come in nice strides, but there's still a long way. So just like step back. We're not saying erase yourself. We're not saying lose your job and not do your thing, but just help bring them up the ladder. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
The term feminist no one really.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost, I'm wondering if there'll be a new term that evolves.
I know. I've actually thought about that. Just because the word femme and then you immediately see female.
Yeah.
So then you think female power over, and then you hear power, so you think better than and higher than, and it's not.
It's not that.
It's not.
It's all about equal
but
too.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I cannot thank you enough.
Oh my God.
For sitting with me, for opening up, for telling me a bajillion things about you, and so much more. You have so much going on, so many wonderful things you're putting out there, and in all the right ways. In authentic ways, which I think is even bigger, and I'm trying to push, and I think it's lovely because it's just so rare to see. So the more this, the better. So continue, and we will catch up with you and see what you're doing next.
Yay!
I hope one day, I already know, it's like we're going to be sitting, you're going to be like, remember that girl on her podcast Once Upon a Time? And then you're going to be like, oh, we're watching her show. So that's fun for everyone.
And you're working on it.
Hello! Did you hear that, Steve?
Did you hear
this
that,
is
Steve?
my sloth.
Steve the sloth, did you hear that?
Thanks.
Yeah?
How cute is he?
You can be a little bit more verbal, Steve.
You're fucking rude. I'm so sorry about him.
It's okay.
A male, they don't get it. I'm kidding. A joke. Thank you so much for coming with me today. I really appreciate you sitting with me. I love you. Mwah.
So
Yay!
fun.
And you're done. That's it.
What a dream.
What a dream you are.